Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber if you're new, and so glad you've joined me today. So I wanted to hop on here for a while now, but I wanted to let you guys know a few things. What's been going on here? Well, been busy with my grandson. Fun times. He's just so busy, busier than ever. Oh my goodness. He was a year old at the end of January, and he is exploring his world, and it's so adorable. Hubby just put the cabinet latch lock things on our kitchen cabinets, so that should help because he is very curious and determined. But our family has some other great news. Our daughter and her husband are expecting in August, so we will have our second grandbaby, and we just learned the gender. So it's a boy. So our grandson will have a little buddy. So we're super excited. She's doing well. I accompanied her to her OB appointment since her husband was working that day, and so that was nice. But yes, hubby and I are super excited. We had the gender reveal party here Sunday before last, and had his family over and siblings as well, and our older son and his wife and our grandson and everybody. So that was fun. They had a beautiful cake prepared, and the inside of the cake was a blue icing. So that was a big surprise. I really didn't have a leaning one way or the other. If it was a boy or girl, after predicting that my grandson was a girl early on when my daughter-in-law was expecting, I gave up the forecast business. I was convinced that he was going to be a girl, but nope, wasn't. I was convinced because my daughter-in-law had a lot of morning sickness. So, because that was my experience with my daughter. Lots of morning sickness, but anyway. So exciting things going on. I'll be planning my daughter's baby shower here, and my daughter-in-law will help with that. She's a good party planner. She helped me with my daughter's bridal shower, and so I'm starting to get my thoughts together about food and all of that. But yeah, my son who lives with us and I have been totally redoing our landscaping out front, and it has been so hot, almost 90 degrees some days, and I prefer to work early in the morning, but I am at the mercy of my son on his days off, and on his days off he doesn't want to get up early. Oh, which I kind of understand, but yeah, we got out there around 9 a.m. on Thursday or Friday, one of the two. Last week was kind of a blur because I had my grandson 3 days, so I think it was Friday. It was Friday because I had him Thursday, that's right. But anyway, we got outside working in the garden, the flower beds around 9 a.m. and we were out there for 4 hours. It was a lot, but thank goodness for his muscles, because even though I worked pretty hard myself, but I definitely needed his muscles to put down a lot of the soil that we had to kind of replenish the beds with, and then well, my husband and I laid the rest of the mulch last night, but my son helped dig up plants, plant a bunch of plants, and it was just definitely more than I would have been able to do by myself, so I'm so thankful for his help. So now both sides of our flower beds are done, so the next phase is we have 3 trees out front. We've taken out a couple of them because they were rotting. So we've had to replace those, but we have 3 existing large trees, and so we have some kind of grassy plants and tropical plants around them. So I need to kind of dig some up, separate some, and then we'll mulch. So fun times trying to beat the heat, because after, let's see, this is middle of March, after April, I am definitely not going out there because the humidity will be unbearable combined with our heat. Florida Heat is no joke. You know, with us being so close to the equator, man, it's just, the sun is just brutal. But last night when hubby and I were out there laying the mulch, it was just before dark and it was kind of breezy because today's a rainy day here. But it was perfect. I was like, why couldn't I have done all the landscaping when it was cool? But at any rate, we're getting it done. So that's exciting projects around here. And we got our pressure washer fixed. So hubby pressure washed the pool deck. So we're just getting a lot of things done around here and it feels good. I hope you guys are maybe feeling a little spring where you are. We're definitely feeling summer. Summer. But what I wanted to tell you guys was that Amber, she's back. She's back. Because my clothes are hardly fitting me in terms of weight loss. That's what we're talking about now. And so she's like, you know what, this scale, we can't go any further. You know, as most of you know, my father died in October and I was his caregiver and he lived with us. So it's a major, loss for us. It's the grief process. You know, it's ongoing, but I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Some days, you know, like I have said, it just hits you. And like the other day, my younger son and I were sitting at the bar in our kitchen and having some lunch, and we were just talking about his grandpa. And I started crying because, you know, that's what you do sometimes. But anyway, I'm getting my energy back is my point. And for a long time, I felt like somebody hit me with a ton of bricks, but I am back and I'm on a mission. I am on a mission. You know, like I was starting to say in October, definitely October. My dad went into the rehab in August. So let's just say between August and October-ish, whenever I was last kind of weighing myself regularly, I was at 197, which was up a little bit. And I have always said that my goal was 145, mostly because that was when I was doing Weight Watchers. That was the parameter for my height. I'm 5'4". And their range was between 140 and 145. So I chose the higher end of the range. But you know what? Now I'm kind of revising that, just at least for the short term. My new goal is 150. Let's just do 150. And then when I get to 150, if I want to go down more, great. I think I like nice even numbers. I don't know, or maybe that sounds a little more realistic to me. I don't know, but we're going to shoot for 150. When I weighed myself the other day, which I haven't really been doing, you know, I used to weigh myself every day. I definitely haven't been doing that, but I knew it was definitely up. I've weighed myself here and there over the last 5 months. But the other day I weighed myself and I was, brace yourself. Brace yourself. It was 205. So I've gained 8 pounds, which I knew I had gained some because I was surviving. Surviving since October. No energy. Definitely not meal planning so much, at least for several months. So I'm not surprised. Actually, what I was surprised was that it wasn't more, honestly. But at any rate, we're going to stop this runaway train and bring it back in the right direction. So 205 the other day, I don't know if it still is because I've been busting my butt outside. But definitely trying to be more active. I did the Zaz machine this morning as I was kind of sifting and sorting in the guest room. That's where all of the exercise equipment is. We call it the guest room, but we really don't have that much company. It's more the guest room / exercise room because that's where the treadmill and elliptical is and all of that, and my husband has a Bowflex. But at any rate, I was in there sifting and organizing the closet, and I was like, might as well get on the sauce machine. I would have gotten on the treadmill. However, my leg muscles are kind of in recovery from all of the weeding and planting and all of that. But anyway, maybe tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow I have my grandson, so maybe the next day. I just have my grandson one day this week. I will say that when I have him, when I watch him here, because sometimes I watch him at our house and sometimes at their house. They live an hour away from us, but we make it work. But at any rate, when I keep him here at our house, we always go for a walk, and so that is good. My grandson was so cute. Last week I had bought some bubbles, so we were blowing our little bubbles out front, and he smiles so big. He says 3 words now. He says mama, dada, and whoa. I think it'll be a while before he can say Grammy and Poppy, but that's okay. It'll probably be something like Gammy. It'll just be cute, whatever it is. But at any rate, my plan is to reinstall the Lose It app on my phone. I had to clear some things on my phone. But at any rate, I've definitely been focusing more on eating fresh fruits and vegetables, like I like to do. I always feel better, go figure. And so more fresh fruits and vegetables. I am focusing on increasing my protein because that helps with metabolism. It really does boost your metabolism. I am always drinking a lot of water, so I'm not overly concerned about my drinks. Water is primarily what I drink all the time. So and then just moving more. So I definitely feel better when I'm doing that. So that is my focus. Less, carbs, low carbs. You need some carbs. I can't function without carbs. I don't think long term that's very sustainable. So I'm all about the long term, not a quick fix. Not a, overnight success. So, I have definitely kind of revised the way I look at weight loss. Yes, I want to lose, 50 pounds. But you know what? At the beginning of my journey, even though I've gained back a little bit, I had 103 pounds to lose because I was 248 pounds. But like I said, we don't want to erase the progress that we've made, but you know what? Sometimes life happens and we can't beat ourselves up for that. We really can't. Sometimes we just do the best we can, and that's good enough. And just because we fail doesn't mean we're a failure. So those are the things that I remind myself, that failing does not define me. And that's not where I'm going to stay. So, I think that sometimes, life just has a way of knocking you down. And losing a loved one and grieving for someone that you cared for and someone who is a friend is part of life, right? Part of life. But we go on. And so that is where I am today. Going on in spite of it. So see, I wasn't planning on that. But sometimes, sometimes it's just like that. But that is my plan. Focusing on healthy foods. Like tonight, I just put beef stew and vegetables in the crock pot. So that will be a yummy dinner. We don't eat a lot of red meat. In fact, most nights, honestly, we eat chicken. I always joke with my husband that we should have feathers sprouting out of our skin. Sometimes it just gets a little tiring and you have to break it up a little bit. So, Yeah, so the beef stew should be good. I'll probably cook a little bit of rice and just have a little bit. But you know, that is what it's about, moderation. And my goal is to move more, to increasingly just get my steps in and move around. So back to my landscaping plans. Once we're finished, my son and I are finished this week on around the 3 trees out front and mulching those. Then we plan to move on to our backyard, trimming a bunch of trees and shrubs and bushes and all that good stuff. So once we finish out there, then my physical goals, I guess, will be probably mostly the treadmill, because it will be definitely getting hot here. And we do have a pool, so I plan to get in that too. And that is nice because it's not hard on the joints. So that is definitely ideal for me. So I just want to let you guys know that I am back on track. I am back. Oh, I am so excited to be back because it's been a ride. But let me know down in the comments below how you guys are doing with your weight loss and health journey. I'd love to hear what you're doing, and if you're finding success, or even if you're struggling. You know, we can all just, you know, encourage each other. So until next time, I will see you soon. God bless. Take care.